Good morning from my garden. It's November 1st, the day after Halloween, or All Saints' Day. And something happened yesterday, other than it being Halloween. But we got one of our first rains, if I can get in there and focus on those water drops. We got our first rain for this entire month last night. Put a damper on probably the little trick-or-treaters, and something happened. I knew this was going to happen. My mums, which have been growing and doing beautifully, have just about desisted because of that rain. But the rest of my garden is flourishing because my garden had become so very, very, very dry that I was doing everything I could just to try to keep things going. Look out there my niece yesterday made the comment that she loved the way that the heavenly blue morning glories, when they wither on the vine like this, become a kind of pinkish color when they wither. It's because the blue color is a kind of a lavender blue, pink, light pink and sky blue mixed together. But today I want to talk to you about how All Saints' Day evolved from the pagan holiday of Samhain, Samhain. I talked about it yesterday. Samhain was a celebration of light. On October 31st, the old year, the fires of the old year were extinguished, and on November 1st, the fires of the new year were lit. October 31st was the end of one year. November 1st was the beginning of another. The fires of the previous year were extinguished on October 31st, and the fires of the new year were lit on October 1st. Today when I came out here this morning, I noticed I was struck by the water, the wetness of my garden, and how it has changed my garden. And I thought about the baptism. I know that's going to sound like a crazy thing to think about, but baptism, I grew up as a Baptist, and then when when I was baptized, I believe I remember the preacher saying, "Rise and walk in newness of life," which comes from the scripture in Romans, "Rise and walk in newness of light." Just like the old year had been extinguished, a new year was to begin through baptism. So the water of baptism became a cleansing agent through which Christian people can walk again. After many years of being a Baptist, I became Episcopalian, and the Episcopalians have a prayer or a blessing over the water. It talks about how Moses led the people to freedom through water. The water closed in around the Egyptian soldiers and allowed the Israelites to walk free. Jesus himself was baptized in the Jordan River. But all of that is about extinguishing one life and beginning another. The presidential election is just a few days away, and I do hope that this nation can extinguish this past several years of hostility and division after the coming election, which is, I think, 4 days away, and that this nation can arise and walk in newness of life.